What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another scooter video. I know we all don't have the time or sometimes the resources like foam pits or resis to go outside and learn backflips and flares. So today we're going to cover 4 easy tricks to impress your friends that'll help you stand out at the skate park. You can literally learn these tricks right now. So let's stop wasting time and let's get into the video. My name is Chase Ross, if you guys are new to my channel, and I make a ton of scooter videos just like this one that you're about to see. I try to take all the tips and tricks that I've learned from over the years and compress them all into one video so you guys can learn the fastest and easiest way possible. So if you guys are interested in learning how to scooter, click that link in the upper right hand corner and it'll take you right to my 40+ video playlist on how to scooter. Now, without any more hesitation, let's dive into the first trick that's going to get some heads turning. The first trick on today's list is going to be a leg sweep. A leg sweep is actually a pretty simple trick. All we're going to do is throw our leg up and over and through our bars. Now there are a few different places that you can throw a leg sweep into. You can throw it into an air, or you can throw it into a tire tap, or you can get really creative with it and throw it into some spin tricks. While we're doing this, we're taking one hand off, passing it through, take another hand off, passing it through, and then bring our foot back down. The best way to incorporate this trick is in a tire tap. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand on our back wheel and leg sweep around. Now at first, this can be a little bit of an intimidating trick, especially because you might get fearful that you're gonna land on your bars like this and get racked. So a couple ways to avoid getting racked is just to practice this on the flat ground. For starters, we're just gonna stand with our scooter between our feet like this. Then we're just gonna take our foot and wrap it over our bars. We can do this as slow as we need to, so if we really need to break it down, we can slow it down. And then we wanna be able to get to the point where we can speed it up, to where we can just pass it through and go with it the entire way. If we start snagging our bars like I just did right there, slow it down again, so you can get that angle all the way up and around. It helps if you guys can make this motion right here, just a giant circle with your foot. Now we're gonna pull that scooter back in front of us and make that same circle with our foot. Another tip I wanna recommend is throwing your bars to the side first and then rocking them back. So as your foot's coming up and around, you're throwing it to the side, pushing it through, that way your leg doesn't have to work as much. So all together, it's gonna go to the side, throw your foot up, kick it over, and then back down. That way your foot's only having to like move just a little bit as opposed to going all the way around your entire bars. Once you're really comfortable with getting that leg wrap up and over those bars, you can start standing on your back brake. Throw that foot up and over, good to go. Now ideally, you wanna be able to get your back foot onto your deck, just like that. The key to this trick, much like every trick, is just gonna be repetition. Getting your hands working really fast to where they come off the bars at the right time and push your leg over top is gonna be key to getting this trick down pat. Quick tip for those of you guys who wanna learn leg sweeps into a tire tap. You actually wanna hop back into the tire tap. Kind of picture like you're doing an alley-oop. This puts all the pressure on the back wheel right there and keeps us from moving entirely. Once we're then stable and got that balance point down, we then throw that leg over, leg sweep it around. Once you're feeling pretty comfortable with it, the first place you might want to take this trick is going to be fly out. When you do them air, you gotta be moving fast, so I would highly recommend making sure you can do them just into a tire tap or just standing on the flat ground nice and smooth before you actually take them to the air. Another one of my personal favorites are hopping into a feeble, then a Smith, and then into the tire tap. This lines you up perfectly for doing leg sweeps and then hopping back in. Now if you really want to impress some people and really sauce this trick up, you can actually sneak a bar spin in with this trick. The bar spin direction is going to be determined by which way you're actually throwing your leg over your bars. If you're throwing your leg clockwise over the bars, your bar spin is going to go the same way as your leg. Same thing if it spins the opposite way. If you're taking it around on the inside and then kicking it around, you're gonna spin it the opposite direction. Moving on to the next trick, I'm going to show you guys what a lightsaber is. The reason this trick is called a lightsaber is because we have both of our hands on the back side of our grip and we're wielding our bar around like it's our own personal lightsaber straight out of Star Wars. This is a super fun one because we can practice this on flat ground, on top of quarter pipes, or even add it into combos while we're linking lines together. If you guys already know how to manual, this trick is going to come along so much easier. If you guys do not know how to manual yet, click that link in the upper right hand corner and that'll take you right to my how to manual tutorial, and then you come right back to this one and learn this trick in like 5 minutes. Now that you've got manuals nice and consistent, let's first talk about where our hand position is going to be to make this a lightsaber. So for starters, if you're goofy like me, you're going to take your right hand and turn it back to your hip. We're going to take those bars and turn them nice and straight in front of us like this. And then our left hand's going to come back around and grab the back part of our grip. So it might help if you inch in your right hand just ever so slightly to give yourself enough room to grab onto something back there. You want to practice this motion over and over again. Just get comfortable moving that hand to the back side of your grip until it feels natural just to throw it back there. From here, all you're going to do now is just practice manuals and start slowly taking one hand off and inching it towards the back until you get more consistent with locking into the lightsaber. You can start out just by doing really slow rolls and slightly lifting up and touching really fast and then lowering it back down to the ground. Once you get a little bit more comfortable with this trick, you can really start holding out and actually doing it in a manual. One quick tip I want to give you guys while doing this, putting your hand in towards the middle of the bar like this can actually help with the balance part of the manual. And it gives you so much more room when grabbing that grip back here. Now, if you really want to throw some extra pizzazz into this trick, you can start wielding this lightsaber left and right and really show off your balance. Another fun variant to this trick is called the rodeo. Basically the same hand position, but instead of throwing that hand on the backside of your grip, you're gonna take your hand off in the air and make a rodeo as if you're lassoing a cow. It's a little bit of a weird one, but it can really make some people laugh at the skate park for sure. Now, this next trick is definitely gonna impress some people, but I think I might have made it up. I've always called it the core plant. The reason I've called it the core plant is because you're working your core the entire time while doing this. You throw your legs out, you kick them forward, you hold yourself for a split second, and then toss your legs back on your scooter and hop back in. It really helps if you guys are already very comfortable with 50-50 stalls. If you guys need some help learning 50-50 stalls, click the link in the upper right hand corner. The reason 50-50s are really going to help with this trick is because if you're really comfortable with locking in and just kind of dancing around your scooter while in that 50-50, that'll actually help you get into the core plant, because what we're going to be doing is crouching down on our scooter, grabbing our back wheel, and then throwing our feet out, and then holding that core tight just for a second. After that, we're throwing our feet back onto our deck, and then leaning forward and dropping back in, just like a normal 50-50. This trick is definitely the hardest one on today's list because it not only requires you to already know how to 50-50 and drop in, it also requires you to actually have quite a bit of core strength. But with enough practice, you'll be able to do these tricks at the skate park and impress a lot of people. One thing that helps while doing this trick is actually resting your heels on the back side of the coping. A nice fun way that you guys can practice this trick is if you first sit on your deck like this on the coping. From here, you can slowly just work on escalating the core plant by just lifting your feet ever so slightly in the air like that. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you can start to actually hold it for a little bit longer until you know you're actually doing a core plant. The thing that makes this trick so amazing is just the balance aspect. So if you can do it, comment down below and let me know that you learned the core plant. I'm sure there's gonna be some people at your local very impressed with you. The next trick on today's list is gonna be a knack-knack. A knack-knack is a super interesting trick that you just don't see a lot of people doing at the skate park anymore. Basically, you take your front foot off your scooter, throw it behind your back foot, and really throw some style into it. Just like all the other tricks on today's list, you're really going for that eye-popping style that just like makes it your own. If you guys are catching the drift on today's video, that's pretty much all the tricks on today's list. I wanted to make a video for you guys so you guys can go out and learn your own little style. But anyway, let's get back to knack-knacks. The first thing you want to do when approaching your first knack-knack is just get comfortable with taking your front foot off your scooter. Get comfortable flailing it in the air a little bit around next to your scooter, kind of as if you were to do an air through a fairy foot like that. The next thing you want to do is just start to get comfortable with just taking that front foot off and kind of drifting it behind you a little bit. Once you get comfortable getting to right there, you're ready to start trying the knack-knack. From here, what you want to do is you want to push your back foot behind yourself and then kind of slightly squat down and pull your scooter up towards you. A good exercise you can do is set your scooter on the coping like this, put your back foot on your scooter, take your front foot off to the side, throw it behind you, and do a nice little squat. You can rest that back foot on the ground and then lift yourself back up in the air. Now you gotta incorporate that into the air. The coolest thing about knack-knacks is that nobody ever does them at the skate park anymore. So if you do one, you're sure to be turning some heads. As far as skill level goes to be able to learn this trick, I would recommend just making sure that you can air maybe a foot above coping. If you can comfortably get above the coping, doing a knack-knack is gonna be no problem at all. You can even try this trick fly out first just to make sure you're nice and comfortable with just getting your foot behind your scooter. My personal favorite is trying this trick over spines. You can really kick that back foot back and behind your scooter and really throw some style into it. Now that right there is going to do it for today's trick list. I really hope you guys go out and try some of these tricks. If you guys do, go down in the comments and let me know which ones you guys are trying. Also, if you want to go down in those comments and comment a trick that you think I should coach next, comment it down below because you know I'm going to try my best to make a video on it. My goal for today's video was really just to show you guys a few tricks that you just don't see that often. My personal favorite part about riding scooters is just being able to add my own style into the sport and just do my own thing. I think that's also why you guys probably like watching these videos, because if I looked just like every other scooter rider, I would just be any other scooter rider. So go out there, learn some tricks like these, and really throw your own style into your own riding and make a name for yourself, and really just have some fun with the sport, because that's all we're doing. We're just having a really fun time on our wheels. But if you guys like today's video, give me a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button if you guys are not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.